Three for the Money is brought to you by the Trendscenter app. This is the best tool for sports betting research. Okay. On the Trendscenter app, you can test betting systems from the past 20 years, explore thousands of existing trends and systems from the top betting experts. Choose from hundreds of filters to test different systems for each sport. Save these trends and get notified when these systems have games. Download the app for free using the link in our description and get a free 2-week premium trial using the code TFTM. The normal free trial is 3 days. Kind of a big deal. Upgrade your sports betting research today. Okay, let's get into the show. Okay. We're here. We're back. It's Three for the Money. New episodes every Thursday. It is currently Tuesday as we're recording. But we are now on to the second week of March Madness. The Thursday and Friday games, we're only getting 4 games a day, and then 2 on Saturday and Sunday. Because that's how math works. But yeah, let's do a quick recap around with the boys. Chris, how did you do this March Madness 4-day weekend?
It was pretty good. No complaints. Vols won. Kentucky lost first round, and I'm 19-15 in gambling. So that's about as good as you can ask for.
Hell yeah.
I had a fun 4 days. I think only one losing day. I think it was the first day of the second round. I hated it. I was looking at my card as soon as I tweeted. I was like, "This is bad." Immediately got bad vibes, and I went like 2-5. So, but the rest of the days were winning, and like I said, Vols win. Kentucky loses in embarrassing fashion yet again. So, all in all, pretty solid few days for Chris.
Hell
Sean,
yes.
how we?
Hold on, I'm counting all my losses.
All right, well, I guess I'll take over. I went 27-22.
There you go.
Yes.
That's a
I
lot,
bet. Yeah, that is a lot. I
especially
bet.
for you.
Yes, I bet on every single game. For the most part, at least I think it's every single game. I don't
I mean,
know.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, that's yeah. I can't remember a game I didn't take. Yeah, that would be an odd number. Anyway, we're moving on. But yeah, I bet on every single game. Did not think it was going to go this well, to be quite honest, but there were a couple of trends on the Trend Center that had a lot of games on these trends. Like if I didn't know what to take in the first round on a game, I took the under because that was one of the trends. Is like the first round unders, and
Yeah.
it went 14-3 last year. I could not find the stat on the unders for this year's first round, but the first 2 days I went 9-7 back to back, and then I believe Saturday I went 6-2, and then Sunday I went 3-5. So I only had one losing day, but Saturday was like, oh man, this is awesome. I love college basketball. And then the next day was the complete opposite. But yeah, shout out Trendsetter. Check them out. Link in bio.
Definitely.
Sean, are you how did you do? If you're prepared for that.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm done counting. It just took a while. I did not have a good weekend at all. Not at all. I won one bet on Sunday.
Oh,
I went 1-12 on Sunday.
Oof.
Yeah. First 2 days I was 8-8. I was the king of 500. I was okay with that. And then the weekend it just hit me like a train. I have lost confidence. I'm going to say it. I've lost confidence. But NC State to make the Elite Eight is still alive, which is cool. And I said last week that I bet for Tennessee to reach the Sweet 16 plus 100. Obviously, that happened. That's good. So, yeah. I'm not looking forward to Thursday. I don't know. Y'all are probably really excited. I'm very nervous. I'm not excited at all.
You know, fucking way she goes.
I don't know if she's gone this bad before.
Man, I feel it. This month I haven't had any 1-12s because I haven't been betting that much, but I've had a couple 1-6s, some 2-8s. Like it's been brutal. I get it.
Yeah. Yeah. And on the Lord's Day. Just
Whose
a
fault is
shame.
that?
I don't
On
know.
Palm Sunday?
I know. It's like he does it's like gambling's a sin or something, and he was punishing me for it.
Pretty
Everybody
sure he
does
doesn't
it.
want us to not have fun.
How can it be a sin? Everybody does it.
Everybody
Yeah.
loves it.
That's how I've been justifying most of my life choices. So
Yeah, everybody drives a car. You know, you gamble when you get behind the wheel. Everybody gambles.
some say life is a gamble.
It
It's
is
the
a
biggest
gamble.
gamble of all.
Yeah.
So why not throw a little on NC State to make the Elite Eight while you're at it? You know.
Why not?
That was actually kind of poetic. I might
Yeah.
I might use that.
Yeah.
Why not throw a unit on UAB plus 7.5 against San Diego State?
Never
In
in
the
doubt
first
either,
round.
brother.
Never in doubt. That was
It was
one
a
of
little in
the.
doubt. I was getting pretty mad at them late in the second half. They were down by like 10, and they could not make a damn shot. I was furious.
I went to bed because I had watched basketball for the whole day, and that was a night game. I'm pretty sure.
I know that was like a early afternoon. I think that was like at 4 o'clock. Are you thinking San Diego State Yale? That was like a 9 o'clock tip.
Probably. I don't know.
They all kind
I
of
don't.
blend together at this point.
Yeah, they're all kind of blended together. I'm pretty sure I didn't watch that one.
I
But
remember.
yeah,
I remember it was during the day because I also had WKU Marquette over at the same time, or they're happening at the same time, and I was like, Western Kentucky, that over was cruising, so I kind of stopped paying attention to it, and I was focused. And then I checked back with like 5 minutes left, and I was like, "Oh my god, this isn't gonna hit!" Like WKU just stopped scoring, and then yeah, it went under by 2 points. It was cruising the entire game, and I was so mad. And then of course, like 2 seconds after it ends, it's like I think it was. I know Will, you said something and somebody else in our group chat. It's like, oh, WKU went under by like a point and a half or something, and I was like, "You motherfuckers!" I was
I
like,
think
I get it. I'd be happy too, but I was very pissed off.
that might have been me.
Oh,
I think I did
it was
have.
definitely you said something. Someone else too. I can't remember.
Yeah,
But I was
because I had the same thought during that game because like at halftime the total was at like 70
oh, it
or
was.
something
I think it was like
ridiculous.
close to 90 almost, maybe.
Yeah. And so I was like, all right,
Not even a game or like a.
yeah. I was like, at least WKU can be beat. I don't want to see them to win a game. Um and then it just magically went under. Hooray for me.
Yeah, woo. That was a good day for me though.
Let's see. So
I wanna bring something up that I told you, Will, but I didn't tell Chris. And Yeah, you already know what it is, but Will got under my skin a little bit on Thursday.
On the first day?
On the third game of the day.
That Creighton game?
Yes.
That was funny. I remember you said that.
I'm watching the game. I'm like, I have over 141 and a half. I'm watching it at work and I'm like, oh man, this over's cruising, dude. And then like the same situation, they just stopped scoring.
Yeah.
And then like I messaged the group and I'm like, damn, Creighton Akron went under by 5. And then Will just responds, under 141 and a half, check. And I'm like, you motherfucker. I want to beat your ass. Like
I was sitting right next to him when he sent that, and I thought it was funny, but I would also, I understand your reaction.
Yeah. I was upset that, I was at work and I couldn't really watch the games in their full intensity, I guess. And like I was super busy trying to keep up with it the best I can, and then I see a bet just lose after it's cruising. And I just want to blow off a little steam in the group chat. And here comes Will just being like, look at me.
Look at me going 9
But
and 7.
It's all in good fun. I understand it. It's funny. It is funny. But at the time, you did get to me.
Just throwing around a little chirps with the boys first day of March Madness. It's a holiday.
What a crappy holiday so far.
But hey, you got plenty of time to make up for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll just kind of quickly go over the trends that I gave out and I'll go over the winning ones. I gave out the first round unders. I'm not sure the record on that because I didn't write down every single game because it was on so many games. But on my next trend was 12 seeds against the spread against 5 seeds. And for that week, the first round, it was McNeese, UAB, Grand Canyon, and JMU, and that went 3-1. So there you go. Listen to the pod. There's some winners. Let's see. Okay, and then I gave out a trend I found on TikTok about always take the underdog in the 8 versus 9. And in the very first game, I bet on Mississippi State. I think I had them to win 2 games. But then they just straight up lost, bracket busted, right there. Did not think that would happen. I thought Izzo was cooked, and I thought that we would get the Mississippi State team that beat the shit out of Tennessee. So naturally I was taking the underdog. I was mistaken. But then after that trend also went 3-1. There you go. 6-2. Will giving out 6-2 picks on the pod. It's crazy. And then 9 seeds to move on to the second round. Or getting to the next round after the second round.
Sweet 16.
Yeah, the Sweet 16.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure all of those lost. I should have written that down. You know what?
Yeah, because I think San Diego State's the highest seed left, and they're 5. Right? Is that right?
NC State.
Oh yeah, they're like a 10, but
they're an 11.
11, excuse me. But I think they're the highest, and then there's it was pretty chalk second round.
They're the last Cinderella at the ball.
Mm-hmm. That team is so electric, though.
They are. I was watching the first game when they were playing Texas Tech at the house, and girlfriend was watching with me, and she had never seen DJ Burns before, and she had Texas Tech to win in her bracket, and she saw him. She goes, "That man has boobs." It was so, said we do not speak ill of DJ Burns in this house. I was like, yes, he does have boobs, but we don't talk about it because he's a unit.
This guy rocks.
He does. And I was pissed. We were robbed of an all-time matchup between DJ Burns and Eddie Lampkin with Colorado. If Colorado would have beaten Marquette, we would have had that. And just a battle of the units, just banging bodies down low.
Just dudes banging each other down
Just
low.
A couple fat dudes banging each other down low.
Bang bodies. But yeah, no 9 seeds went on to the Sweet 16. So there we go. There's a couple winners from your boy Will. Listen to the pod. Get Trendscenter. Gonna be set up all right. Let's see. What else do we want to talk about? Oakland, shout out. That was crazy. I don't know what I had. I can't remember what I had in that game.
You had the
But-
under.
Now I'm trying to think if it won. I don't
It
know. I
did.
guess
No,
it did.
I had the under as
I had
well.
the under,
And
yeah.
it barely won.
Yeah.
Okay.
It barely won, but I was still like rooting for Oakland.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
That as well.
was-
Yeah, I remember that now. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember being like, if this under doesn't hit, I can find solace in Kentucky losing.
Yes. That's exactly what I was thinking when they were fouling with like 10 seconds left. I was like, this is probably going to go over, but at least Kentucky's going to lose. And I would trade most bets for Kentucky to lose to a 15 or whatever they were, 13. But both ended up happening. It went under by like 1.5 points, and Kentucky lost.
Hell yes. Let's see. Yeah, Oakland was. I like seeing NC State like beat them and like go on is like, this is nice. This is like, okay, this is like the better team won here. But also, if Oakland would have won that NC State game, that also would have been very acceptable for I guess viewing, because I mean, like, I don't know, like NC State has just been so hot that it's like almost like they're not a Cinderella, you know? Like, yeah, they're an 11 seed, but it doesn't feel like it. I don't know.
Yeah,
They're
they're
just-
not
yeah.
like St. Pete when they went to the Elite Eight. They're not like
Yeah.
they're like a good team that's just like
Oh,
played
yeah.
kind of like shit down the stretch, but are white hot right now.
I get what you mean.
Yeah.
Oakland did cover though. So
Oh yeah. Didn't they only made one shot in overtime, and it was like with under a minute left or something like that to cover.
yep.
Pretty sure that hit the over too.
It was
Yeah, it did.
No, the over
Or one
hit
of them did.
before
Oh, did it?
the over
I
hit
remember it
before
was
overtime.
no, it
The
didn't.
overhit during
or-
overtime.
Or during overtime, but
Yeah, it wasn't okay.
Yeah.
Because I remember watching that. I was like, "This is nowhere close. Don't even have a prayer." What was I thinking? And then I was like, "If it goes to overtime, maybe I'll have a chance." I went to overtime. I was like, oh, and it hit, and I was like, "Oh, that was shout out to the gambling gods. They had my back on that one."
yeah. Oakland was really America's team this weekend,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and they will be missed.
Yeah. It that first day when they beat Kentucky, it was like this goal key guy just laces threes and has a massive melon. And it was like, this is the team that America can get behind to make a little run here. But
some guy that's going to be filing taxes and for people in like 2 years was just torching lottery picks. It was awesome. That guy shot 23s in that first game.
mhm.
We don't talk about that. Hasn't been talked about enough. 20. There's
He
some
only-
teams that don't take 23s.
Yeah.
He only
true.
had 8 2-point attempts in the season.
That's like insane.
Yeah.
I want to know how many times he dribbled the ball like during the season. Because I think I saw him bounce the basketball twice against Kentucky.
I mean, when you got it, you got it.
And he immediately got like 3 NIL deals right after.
As he should.
Okay, one was the TurboTax too. That was awesome. He's like probably a future employee.
We've got a position lined up for you here once you're graduated. We'll take care of you. Don't worry. That's awesome. Good luck to that guy. Good luck to him.
Good luck. Let's see what other things happened.
Dayton coming back from like 20 down in 7 minutes or whatever.
That was insane.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I wish I had had Dayton money line so I could have shared that feeling with you, but it was awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I was sitting right next to Will too when they were coming back.
Okay.
He was losing his mind.
It was crazy, man. That was just an all-time unraveling by Nevada.
I remember because we had kind of stopped paying attention because it was a dog walk, and then was it you or me? We look over, it's like Dayton had cut it to 9. We're like, I mean,
this ain't over.
It ain't over.
There's like 3 minutes left.
I was like, it's a 9-point game. And I was like, okay, sure. And then they fucking won.
Let's put this on the big TV.
We had to.
What was y'all's worst beats this weekend?
Grambling State.
Oh.
Which one, Will?
Grambling State.
Oh.
They missed covering 27.5 by the hook.
Yep.
That was, oh my God.
Didn't some like walk on from Purdue hit some bullshit 3?
Yeah. That was not very, very fun. It was, oh man. And it was just such a big number. And it wasn't like last year. It was like Purdue may lose. This is a huge number. This is a 16 seed, but this is a huge number. And I gotta take this because I didn't want to take the under in that one. And I wanted to have a little fun, take a big underdog. But man, that was brutal. That was my biggest, my baddest beat, if you will.
Yeah.
What was yours, Chris?
WKU Marquette over was probably, I don't know if that's necessarily like a bad beat, but it was a rough loss because that was cruising until like the final 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I had another one. Oh, it's not a bad beat, but it was rough. Oregon plus 5.5 against Creighton, and they took to double overtime, and the entire second half and both overtimes, I think 2 guys scored almost all of their points, and they just ran out of gas, and it sucked because they were also my spin the wheel team for MGM. Yeah, and they were ahead too. And like I was like, it's gonna happen, and then nope. But yeah, no really like knock on wood, no heartbreakers yet, but some rough ones.
Mm-hmm.
John, what did you have any?
Mine was Marquette minus 4.5 against Colorado. First game of Sunday, I was already down from Saturday. Marquette won by 4, and I was just like, I can't do this. I can't take this anymore. It's not so much a bad beat, just like a piling on of bad feelings.
Yeah, it's like you're already down, and it's like Colorado made it a great game in the second half, and you're like, holy shit. And then
Yeah, and like that was the first game of Sunday, and I only won one bet that day, so I was like, this day's gonna be terrible. As soon as that bet settled, I was like, this is gonna be awful.
When I took Mississippi State money line too in that first game, it just immediately was like, well, this is a loser. It was like after they kept it close for about 10 minutes, and then after that, I think Michigan State was up by like 15 at the half. I was like, well, On to Duquesne, I guess.
On to
I was like, I've
Duquesne.
been looking forward to this exact moment for so long, and then for it to be
What?
immediately a loser was like, well, I guess it's gonna be that kind of tournament. What else happened? The Colorado Florida game. Did you all watch that?
I believe
Yes.
I had the under in that game, and
Oh.
yeah, that
I
was
also
very.
had the under.
To a 1.5.
No.
No.
I know, but yeah, I had Colorado money line, and then that was one that was cruising. They were up by like 15, 5 minutes left, something like that. I think Florida just I forget the guy's name from Florida, just could not miss. Like he would just take the ball up the court and just chuck it, and just every time it would go. And I was like, this motherfucker is going to kill me. Because at the time I was like teetering on the verge of a really bad day, and then Colorado wins on a buzzer beater, and I lost my damn mind, and it was awesome.
Hell yeah.
And fuck Florida. So
Yeah. I think I had when I filled out my bracket, I had whoever was going to end up playing Florida to beat them, and that happened. You know, that was nice. Let's see. Morehead State was a little bit of a heartbreaker,
that was
but
bullshit.
yeah, it just they were keeping up with Illinois, and from a lot of things that I've read, like Illinois was like kind of a fraud, and I'm like, all right, let's rock Morehead State. Um, and they kept with them, and then halftime happened, and then it just went down.
I had the under in that one, and that was nowhere close.
Hmm.
I think it went over like 8 minutes into the second half. I was straight up lied to by just the college basketball media about Morehead State. Everything I read, like they play slow. They're going to want to muck it up. They're going to just play defense. They're going to hold Illinois, and that was a track meet. Like they scored like almost damn near 50 in the first half. Everything I was told was like they might not score 50 the whole game, and I was just blatantly lied to. I would like reparation.
Illinois just could not miss.
The the people. They couldn't miss either. I mean, that was going. That was. Ugh. I hated everything about that game. 8 minutes in, I was like, yeah, this doesn't have a fucking shot.
Hmm.
But yeah, Illinois is really good. I like them I like them this week, honestly.
Yeah. Another, I guess, kind of bad beat I had Grand Canyon versus Alabama, like +7 or something,
Yeah.
and they were up with like 5 minutes left in the game. They were up like by two, and I was like, cool. Surely they won't lose by 10. And then they did. It
Yeah.
quickly became them losing by 10.
They
That
went on
was,
like a yeah, they went on like a 13-3 run to get the lead, and then a 13-3 run the other way. They
mhm.
look bad, dude. At least, like I only watched the last few minutes. I was watching something else. I don't remember, but they the Grand Canyon looked like shit. They looked like they didn't have any plays. They were like, let's roll the ball out there and just see what happens.
Yes, that was not fun. But I tell you what one was fun was JMU Wisconsin. That one was like Wisconsin didn't even have a prayer, honestly.
Oh no.
They I mean, I guess they had players that were playing basketball on the Wisconsin team, but they were somewhere else mentally because it was really just a shit kicking from the start. And
Yeah.
good for the Dukes. Good for those guys. Um and also took JMU against Duke. That did not work.
That was kind of the exact opposite.
Yes. Yeah, the exact opposite. Um I think that that first day of the second round, it was like, all right, I'm fishing for the Cinderella to like make a little run here. Who's the upset that happened 2 days ago that I can rock with for the next round or two? And I guess it was ended up being NC State, but again, like I sort of explained earlier, didn't feel like they were really a Cinderella just because they've been so incredibly hot. Um, but yeah,
Didn't every favorite win? Was it Saturday or Sunday when all the favorites won?
I think that might
Except
have
for
been.
Clemson, I think. I think Clemson won, but they were like a plus 140.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was like the Dogs had like a huge day the day before, and I think it was like I forget how many, like that you'd be up like 17 units or something like that if you just bet underdog money lines, and then they immediately lost every single game the next day.
Yeah, that was that was not what I had in store. I thought would be in store. Um, just I was just really fishing for that Cinderella. Just could not find it because it didn't really happen. Um,
Yeah,
who did Yale beat?
Auburn.
Yeah, Yale beating Auburn.
That was awesome.
I did bet on Auburn, but that was good for those guys.
Yeah,
And then they got
good
their
for those
shit
nerds.
rocked. Yeah, they got their shit rocked the next round by someone.
San Diego State.
Yeah. Um, so it's it's like it's almost like you get the it's turning out to be kind of perfect. Spit it out, Will. Jesus. Um, it's kind of like the first two rounds, there's going to be like some big upsets. But then after that, it's kind of like, okay, the better team needs to win here. This can't just be someone who's not for real, who hasn't
Yeah,
been building towards this for years. So that's kind of what it feels like, you know. Less, I guess, madness and more like this is the tournament. This is the
yeah.
rest.
We had to get like a pretty bad round of 32 to get like a really good Sweet 16,
Yeah.
at least on paper.
Yes.
Because yeah, the first round was awesome because yeah, we had a couple bit like Duquesne, Yale, uh, the other Oakland, obviously they all won. The only thing we're really missing is like a buzzer beater, but that's I'm not going to complain but for not getting like something like that. But yeah, we had
There's
all the
still a
great
couple.
upsets.
There's still a couple more rounds.
Oh yeah, and I'm like, if we don't get one the whole tournament, I'm not gonna be like, well, that tournament sucked. But because yeah, last year like we had all the underdogs were going to the Sweet 16, and it wasn't like that. Yeah, Final Four was FAU, San Diego State, and people were like, this. Who gives a shit about this?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So good two first rounds. Like
Hmm.
there was the madness, and then there was like, okay, this is like the actual tournament where the best team goes on in their matchup. And
Yeah,
so that it had like a nice blend of madness and not really madness.
yeah.
But yeah. All right. Before we move on from the tournament to other things, um, Chris, I understand that you have already placed a couple of bets. I know it is Tuesday, um, for us recording, but you'll all be hearing this on Thursday. We had some scheduling conflicts. Um, but Chris, go ahead and tell us your bets you've already locked in.
I will. These are just the four. I've placed four already for the Sweet 16. This is in no particular order. I have Clemson plus 7.5 against Arizona. Uh, Clemson's white hot. They've been good to me the last 2 weeks. So Arizona's really good, but they've also throughout the season they've dropped a couple stinkers. They lost to USC the last game of the regular season. They stink. They lost to Washington State twice in the regular season. So yeah, give me Clemson plus 7.5. I think they'll keep it within the number. And then I don't know if they're going to win, but they'll keep it close. I got Gonzaga plus 5.5 against Purdue. Might sprinkle money line. Purdue looks like the greatest basketball team on earth right now. They just absolutely kick the shit in or he kicked the shit out of 2 teams in a row, but it was Grambling State and Utah State. The fraudulent Mountain West, as always. And their coach left immediately after Utah State's. So it looked like he already had a foot out the door. So give me Gonzaga plus 5.5. Might sprinkle money line. Illinois money line against Iowa State. Illinois' offense is white hot. It does, if they can keep rolling, doesn't really matter how good Iowa State defense can play. They're going to make shots, and their Iowa State offense is not nearly good enough to keep up. And the last one, San Diego State, UConn, under 135.5. 2 very, very good defenses. Simple as that. So, yeah, those are the 4 of our. I'm obviously going to bet probably every game in the Sweet 16. Usually from here on out, I usually bet every game. But those are the 4 I've locked in right now.
Hell yeah. I am also going to probably try to bet every game.
Yeah.
I mean, why stop now?
Shit, it seems like you've been doing that so far. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. We're having fun.
You're up. What are you get so mad about?
No, I'm just saying, it's a lot of bets. We're having fun, having a great time.
Great.
Let's see. First thoughts. What yeah, this Sweet 16 looks pretty good, honestly.
It does. A lot of good.
These are the best teams.
Yeah. Oh, I saw a Trendscenter play. Yeah, Iowa State, Illinois, over 145.5. Illinois has gone over 24 of their last 28 games. So I will be taking that. Shout out.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, they did well for me during the regular season on overs.
Yeah.
Because of that Trendscenter play. It's awesome.
Yeah, probably when we're done, probably going to lock that in.
Hell yes. Okay, moving on. So, Christopher, I understand you are going to the Cincinnati Reds opening day.
Yes, sir. Boots on the ground.
Boots on the ground. Talk about that. Maybe some baseball things you have to say. Go ahead.
I mean, I don't really have much in terms of like futures or anything in baseball, because I've just been locked into March Madness lately. I'm always excited to go to opening day, even though I think I've gone 3 or 4 years in a row now. I think we're 1-3 in those 4. It's never fun. But we're playing the Nationals this year. Should win. We'll see. Reds are really banged up right now. One of our best players or best young guys, Matt McLean, he probably won't be playing for a few weeks, which something with his elbow, which that blows because this team is supposed to be good. Then El Central's down. And of course, like everyone's going to be hurt. I can guarantee that's what's going to happen because nothing good ever happens to the Reds. So everyone's going to get hurt. That being said, Reds to win the NL Central. I'll take that. I haven't had a place to futures yet. They were plus odds last time I checked. I have not checked in a while, but yeah, it was like plus 180 I think last time I checked. So give me that. Reds to win the Central. Other than that, I don't really have too many more. Off the top of my head, Marlins. I know they're expected to be pretty bad this year. They really overachieved last year. Whatever their win total is, I'll probably take that under. Other than that, A's win total under. It's gonna be like 50. I think it's like 54.5. They blow, dude. They're gonna win like 30 games.
Ooh, oh God,
that's really, really bad.
Bro, they're so bad. Nobody cares about them. They sold out. I don't know if they sold out this game, but they had like a reverse boycott last year because like the fans actually showed up to games to protest that like their shitbag owner. And I think that was like the only game they had like a good crowd. Nobody goes to these. Nobody cares. I don't see how you can care if you're a player. I guess like the beginning of the season you can, but that's brutal. They're gonna win like 30 games. It's gonna suck.
All right.
Well, hold on, Chris. We need to talk about Ohtani.
I like it. Let's do it.
So, from what I understand, passively scrolling by this story is that people are accusing him of betting on games, but he is saying that his interpreter has stolen money from him and
Mhm.
has a severe gambling problem and is placing bets out of the money that he stole from Otani. Do you or do you not think that is a crock of shit?
I don't I don't think I hate to say it because I really want it to be true. I don't think he was actually betting. Just
Okay.
everything I've read about him, like even before he came to America, when he was in Japan playing, he was making millions of dollars, and he was living in like a dorm room almost. So he's not a guy like he's very careful with his money. I don't think he was betting. That being said, I do not think the interpreter stole it from him. I think his interpreter went down real bad to some like bad people because it wasn't like he was on FanDuel. He was like bookies. So I think he got down bad to some bad people, and Otani bailed him out. And now it's just like he's just saying he stole it because it
Okay.
can't be like, yeah, I was just giving my friend 4.5 mil to gamble with.
Gotcha. Okay.
Um,
Because I
but
haven't
yeah,
really understood this whole thing.
well, they were playing in Japan or Korea, excuse me, when this whole
Yeah.
thing broke.
Uh-huh.
And the day after it broke, like Otani's interpreter is in the dugout with him because like he always is, and they were just like chatting it up like boys. So I would have a hard time believing he was chummy with a guy he just found out stole 4.5 mil from him. So I think his boy was in trouble and he bailed him out.
Word. Okay.
So you're saying that he is not a fan of the show?
Maybe he is. I don't know if he's a fellow degenerate. I wish like hell he was, because that would just be hilarious. Baseball's golden child, the future of the future face of the league for the next decade, is betting on the Horizon League conference tournament. Nothing would make me happier. But I
Is
just don't
there
think it's true.
is there any openly degenerate MLB player?
Yeah, Pete
I mean,
Rose.
I mean former, but yeah, Pete Rose.
I meant like current.
Oh no, because that's you can't do
Illegal.
that.
Okay.
I mean, I'm sure there's some guys that like go to Vegas and stuff, but none that I really know of. But yeah, you can't bet on the rules aren't if you can't bet on sports at all. And like I know NFL you can't, at least not at the team facility. I have no idea what I would assume MLB has similar law or rules, but yeah, they set that precedent back in the '80s with Pete Rose being banned for life. So I'd be very surprised if anyone else is openly just betting on like basketball or something.
Just Shohei Otani showing up to the sports book, casually dropping a grand on the Lakers.
Like I
A
said, I
grand.
really wanted
A
that to be
mill.
a mill. Yeah. Did you see Pete Rose? Someone asked him about it. Like, what do you think of the Otani thing? Is like, well, shit. If I had an interpreter back in the or back in the '80s, whenever he got banned for life, I'd probably be in the Hall of Fame right now.
Bam.
Mm,
But I mean, I love Pete Rose, one of my favorite players of all time. He's not like a good dude. Like take all like the gambling. He's done other stuff. He's not like a good guy. So I'm not gonna lose sleep over him not being in the hall. I guess I've kind of put that fight to bed. But
yeah,
he's still one of my
you've
favorites.
come to terms with it.
Yeah, it's never
Yeah.
gonna happen. It's bullshit, but it's never gonna happen.
Um, so okay, back to the regularly scheduled program. Um, is there any MLB trends this week? Is it
Yeah,
opening day on
there
Friday for everyone?
Thursday.
Thursday? Okay.
Yeah. Well, maybe not every single team. Um, Actually, maybe it is every single team. I don't know, but if not every team, then like 90%. The Dodgers and Padres aren't playing because they're getting back from Korea, but everyone else, I believe, is playing.
Okay. Okay. Right on. I probably won't be taking the MLB just yet. Just because it will be during March Madness, but probably midweek when there's no basketball, it'll be like, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
There are a few. Oh, sorry to cut you off. There are a few good trends on Trendscenter right now for the MLB. Let me pull up. I was looking at it earlier. Let me pull up a few of my favorites. One was Orioles home openers. The Orioles have won 9 of their last 10 home openers, 6 in a row. It's kind of juiced. They're minus 180 against the Angels. If I get like some sort of boost on a book, or I might just take a minus 1.5, honestly, because the Orioles they're going to be so bad, or no, the Angels are going to be so bad. Excuse me. So I'm going to take the Orioles, and then I didn't know this White Sox day game under. 9 of the last 10 White Sox day games have gone under 6 in a row. So they're playing the Tigers under 8 right now. I'll probably take that. And
Okay.
then there is one for the Nationals who are playing the Reds. So I will not be taking that one. I'll probably take Reds money line.
I mean,
I
you
have
got
to.
it. You're there.
I'm there. I might take the over too.
Are you gonna place the bet in there?
That's what I was
I don't
gonna
know.
ask.
I thought about doing that last time I was there, but it was especially on opening day, it's a madhouse. So if I can get to a kiosk or a window, whatever they have, I've been inside, but not enough to get a good look. If I can get to a window, then yeah, I will. But I'm not going to be like wait in line for hours to place Reds money line, especially when they're probably going to fucking lose. They always do when I go see them.
Okay. What's next? Let's see.
Oh, speaking of just gamblers and hot water, did you see that stuff? Oh, what was that guy? The guy that plays for the Raptors.
No, I didn't hear about this.
Fuck, what is his name? I'll look it up later. Yeah, he's been under investigation because there's 2 games where his prop totals got like hammered before, like, or his prop unders got hammered before game time. And this guy, like, he's like a role player. He like nobody really gives a shit about him. And both games this happened. He checked in, played like 4 minutes, maybe got like a couple shots up, didn't really do anything, and it was like, oh, I'm hurt, take me out. And then all those, like, I think both times it happened, all of his prop unders were like the biggest winners of the day for whatever. I think it's FanDuel, whatever book it was.
Ooh,
Yeah.
a little suspect.
Yeah. And this guy, like I said, he's some scrub. So the NBA might make an example of him. He might be looking at the Pete Rose treatment.
Yeah. Damn. Hate to be that guy.
Yeah. One game it was like, he said like he had like an eye injury or something like that.
Hmm.
And then one, I think it was like an illness. I think those stuff you can't really like prove. You can't be like get like an X-ray and be like, oh, your elbow's fine.
Yeah.
So
Classic.
yeah, I think he's gonna get banned for life. Would be my guess.
It's just enough of an excuse to make it believable.
Yeah, it's like when you stay home from school, like, oh, my stomach doesn't feel good.
Yeah.
Like you can't like you just kind of have to believe your shitty kid. You gotta take him at his word.
The NBA's shitty kid.
I need to find this guy's name because now it's gonna bug me.
Other known degenerate, Calvin Ridley on the Titans. I don't know if we covered that because I know
we
it was
did.
okay.
I think we talked about it, but yeah, I like it.
And then we traded for Legarius Sneed.
Boner alert.
Boner alert.
That was pretty sick. I like that a lot.
I like this trade and this deal a lot. We didn't give up really anything to get him.
Yeah, we didn't really.
and he got paid. And I'm like, oh, this guy's he could be a difference maker. He's really, really good.
We just need a decent player in order to make a difference.
Yeah.
Truthfully.
Yeah. Well, he's better than
Honestly.
decent.
Exactly.
I just hope he's okay. Because like he
Yeah,
had
it
that
kinda made
knee,
me-
he had that knee thing, I think.
Yeah, it made me nervous. I was like, this deal is too good.
Yeah.
What's
But
happening?
I mean, hopefully with a deal like this, they're like, okay, you're good to go. Like for
Oh yeah.
this amount of time that we're paying you, we're hoping you will be good and not be injured.
Won't be like
Not have a lingering injury, I guess.
who is that? That linebacker we signed a few years ago. He used to play for the Falcons.
Vic Beasley.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fuck that guy. Just highway robbery.
Oh yeah. He robbed us blind.
He says he was hurt. He wasn't hurt. He just didn't want to play football anymore.
No.
Quick
Yeah.
9 mil check.
He played in the XFL last year.
Good
Fuck
for
that
him, I guess.
Fuck
But
that guy.
is there anything else? I mean, Preds are still hot.
They're currently
White
down.
lava hot.
They're currently
Losing.
down 2 to Vegas right now.
That's no bueno.
Nope, but I've seen them come back like this before. So I'm holding out hope that so I'm actually traveling this weekend myself. I'm going to Colorado, visiting some friends out there. But it just so happens that the Preds are playing in Colorado that Saturday for a little matinee game, which will be
Ooh.
awesome, which
You
I
going?
will be going to. Yep.
Boots on the ground. Let's go.
Boots on the ground.
Good ass bunch of world travelers this
I
weekend.
know. Well, where are you going?
Oh, I'm going to a comedy show at Zany's in Nashville.
Oh yeah.
And then I'm going to stay home the next day and have garage beers.
Listen to 90s country.
Maybe.
That sounds like a sick weekend, honestly.
Watch some college basketball after that? Yeah, it doesn't sound half bad.
Yeah, I mean,
Let's just put a TV in the garage. You have the technology. We have Wi-Fi.
we do.
Might get some neighbors coming to join you if they see your setup.
Yeah,
That's a lot of work, though.
it'll be worth it.
It would be.
Yeah, I guess so. We'll see.
We are-
Probably not.
We are getting to the perfect outdoor beer weather right now, though.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very excited.
Yeah, I'm not doing much this weekend.
I'm very much looking forward to the airport beer.
Nothing like a good airport.
That's a top tier beer.
Yeah.
What time's
Getting
your
that
flight?
like
4:15.
PM?
So yeah, PM.
Okay.
So late enough to be like, this is justifiable.
I spend $15 on 3 beers. Not a bad way to get 3 beers.
Nope.
Yeah, that 3 beer buzz, getting on the flight, it's like, oh man, why isn't everybody drunk? Why isn't everybody buzzed when they fly?
Everybody at an airport should be drunk. Like, it doesn't matter. Who cares?
Yeah. This isn't like the 50s anymore where you're wearing your Sunday best, showing up in a suit and tie. No, people are wearing sweatpants and no deodorant, and it's just mayhem. Just be drunk. Like,
Yeah, who cares?
They took away smoking on planes. At least you can do is be drunk.
thanks a lot, Bin Laden.
Last time I was on a plane, the guy, like the flight attendant's chip reader didn't work. So he was like, you know what? These are on the house. I was like, shit, I'm going to fly all the time. Just get free beers.
Let's rock.
We got an opening day beer a garage beer, an airport beer. This sounds like a great weekend for the boys, even though we're all going to be separated.
I'm really looking forward to this now.
Yeah.
This is going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have to make sure to post all of our beer drinking activities. At least the first one, maybe not the last few.
Oh no, I can't. I'm not going to post all of my beer activities because we are
You'll also be
doing
in
like
elevation.
we're doing like a brewery tour or like a brewery hop because there's so many breweries in Colorado, and we're doing like 10 in like one day.
Jeez.
So I will not
Be
be
a good
posting
weekend.
all those. I will be probably wrecked.
Responsibly,
of course, because I'm not driving because I don't have a car.
Hell yeah.
Colorado. He doesn't have a car because he went 1-12 on Sunday.
No, I won't have a car because I will be flying. I didn't sell my car.
March Madness.
After I said that, I was like, I should probably clear that up. Like,
Who could we reach out? Is Sean okay? He's talking about how bad he was doing, and now he doesn't have a car.
I have a car, guys. It's fine. I have a roof over my head and a car, and
I drive a Dodge Stratus.
I drive a Dodge Stratus.
People are scared of me.
People respect me.
I have power.
I am very important.
Okay. Well, that's enough references. I think it might be time to shut her down. Unless
Yeah.
there's anything to add.
I don't think so.
Okay. All right. We will check you next week. Check out the Trendscenter app. Follow us on everything. Link is in the bio. Trendscenter app in the bio. Free 2-week trial. Normal trials 3 days. I mean, it helped me make the informed choice this past weekend. So it can definitely help you in all areas, in all sports. It's a great tool. All right. Well, keep track of the Twitter. You'll see our picks there. It's going to be a great weekend of March Madness yet again. And we're all traveling except me, but that's okay. It's going to be great. It's going to be a great time. All right, there's 3 of us. Now let's make some money. Swish.